Good morning, students. In this chapter, that is a control and coordination in human being, we have discussed in previous lesson the structure of the brain. And before that, and you know that is the part of the CNS, central nervous system. And before that, we have discussed the synapse or the synaptic cleft and the synaptic transmission. So today, before the study of the second part of the CNS, that is the spinal cord, today we will discuss about the reflex action. Reflex action. In general, what happens when any of the stimulus come in contact with the sense organ? A sensory nerve convey the message to the CNS, that is the spinal cord, that is the brain. Then motor nerve convey the message of the CNS to the effector organ, and the work has been done. This is the common process of the synapse impulse to the, it means that is the stimulus or the receptor to the effector. And here we will see that the both sense organs are involved. It may be voluntary or involuntary, but in case of reflex action, what happens? The receptor receive the stimulus and convey to the CNS, that may be either brain or spinal cord, through the sensory nerve. Through the sensory nerve, and immediately this CNS through motor nerve convey to the effector organ. Effector organ. And it is sudden and it is involuntary. Involuntary means our will not function in this, our will is not involved in this action. So we can define this reflex action is the nerve mediated autonomic self, involuntary without involvement of the will, spontaneous means sudden response to the stimulus, that is called reflex action. Say for example, if you touch the hot plate, immediately it has been observed there is a jerky movement of our hand. It means that hot plate is the stimulus, this skin is the receptor part. A message will go to the spinal cord through the sensory nerve, and immediately from the spinal cord, the motor nerve ordered to give up that particular activity. So this is the reflex action, and it is very much common that if you see any delicious food particle, and if you are hungry on that time, then there is salivation in your mouth. If any of the bright light will come in contact with this one, then your eye become closed. If the dim light will be there, then the pupil become enlarged. There are so many actions will be takes place, and that is without our will. But it has been observed that the sum of this reflex action are involved by birth. Just like whenever a newly born baby come in contact with the nipple of their mother with their lips, they start to suck the milk. They are not learnt by the society or anyone else. Whenever a newly born baby will pierced by the small needle, they start to cry. They start to weep. They are not learned by this one. So this is the inborn. So this particular reflex action is either inborn or that is the conditioned. It means it is unconditioned. Now what do you mean by conditioned? It means if a person have idea that what is the fragrance of the basmati rice and he is hungry, then salivation is very much common task. But if they don't know what is the fragrance of the basmati rice, there is no salivation. This will be proved by the certain experiment. In case of a dog, what happens? The dog, on that particular period, the dog is very much hungry and they are just the worker will have a bread. It has been observed there is a great salivation of their mouth, and on that particular time they ring the bell and give that particular bread, and this will be repeated very much days, very many days. Then after that time, after some times, it has been observed if any of the ring bell, then the salivation will be started. The same thing, one experiment is like this. There is a cardboard and a way is formed like this. There is a food particle here and there is a rat here. It has been observed that the rat, when the food is here, then the rat start to move in this particular way, and that will be practiced by many more months. After that, when the way is removed and the two rats will be here, one who is experimental, another not experimental, then it has been observed that the experimental rat start to move in this way and non-experimental will move. Both are there, both are the same species. Then this is called conditioned. It means if they learn, then the learning will be, and it is not transferred from the parents to offspring. But this is always parents to offspring. So this is the reflex action, and that will be just figured by in any of your book, that a hot plate, a hand, that is the hot plate is the stimulus, the skin is the receptor, the brain is the CNS, the muscles is the effector, and in between these two, the sensory and motor nerves are involved. Now we will have to study the spinal cord. Spinal cord. This spinal cord is 43 to 45 centimeter long cylindrical structure inside vertebral column. Inside vertebral column, and that will be started from end of the hindbrain end of the hindbrain. And continue up to this vertebrae. This is called cervical vertebrae. This one is called thoracic vertebrae. This is called lumbar vertebrae. And this one is called sacral vertebrae. So this particular spinal cord will be started from this particular part, that is called cervical, thoracic, and up to lumbar. Up to lumbar, and their structure is like a horse tail. It means whenever it will be started here, that will be continued, and ultimately it will divide into this way. Of course, each and every vertebrae have, that the cervical 7, thoracic 12, lumbar 5, and sacral 1, and coccygeal also 1. So here what happens, the 8 nerves, the 12 nerves, the 5 nerves, and 1, and also 1, that is the sacral 5 nerves, that is also 5. So their number is 31. And this type of each and every part of the spinal cord, from in between two vertebrae, a pair of nerve is originated, and that is called spinal nerves. This is the spinal cord. If you study the TS of the spinal cord, then we will see that their structure is like this. Their structure is like this, and there is a H-shaped structure. H-shaped structure. Just opposite to that, there is a central part also. Just opposite to that, in the brain we will see that the outer part of the brain is grey matter and the inner part is white matter. But here it is grey matter and it is white matter. And there are two origins. One is this origin and another is this origin. It has been observed that from both origins, one that is the sensory nerve and one that is motor nerve. Just we have studied that the sensory nerve convey the message from the sense organ to the CNS, and this will convey the message to the CNS to the sense organ. But at this point it has been observed that both nerves are together, and it will be originated from the spinal cord. Because of that, this spinal nerves are always mixed nerve, and this is called sensory nerve and this one is called motor nerve. If this sensory part of this particular have a ganglia also, that is called sensory ganglion. This type of structure has been observed. Here CSF, and here is also CSF. And between this, that is the white matter and grey matter present, and this each and every part, the pair of nerve is originated, one from this one and another from this side. And this is all about the spinal cord. Now we will discuss later on the other part of this particular nervous system. Thank you. Have a nice day.